the internet connection with the live stream, but you know, at first you don't succeed, keep going. I'm going to get this right. See if we can do this. Not the end of the world if we can't. I hope all of you are well. I was really looking forward to doing this yesterday. I had a great day yesterday. As you can see, I made some notes for today's live stream. I was really looking forward to doing the live. And then I met a good friend of mine, and we ended up, which I don't regret, we had a great time. We went for a coffee and some food. So I made a plan today to do the live stream today, but the internet connection keeps seeming to cut out. So I've got one of the most beautiful locations in the world, which is the park. It's a beautiful, specific area, but then the connection might cut out, so we do the best we can. So if you're new to my YouTube channel, I was about to say, if you're new to my YouTube channel, you're new to my YouTube channel. If you are new to my YouTube channel, my name's Jonathan. I help people to overcome their anxieties, their fears, as well as build self-confidence, discipline, motivation. And that also includes helping people to change their life, make a positive change, and more than that. Now, you can look at the channel. I've got lots of other videos on how to overcome anxiety, how to build confidence, motivation, how to live a positive lifestyle, overcome shyness, be a better person. There's so much on video. There's a little bird there, hello. The internet connection's working. So yeah, I've been helping people for many years now. It's something that I've always enjoyed doing. It's not always easy, but like any job in life or anything, it's not going to be easy every day, but that doesn't mean that you don't enjoy it and you don't do it. And a lot of the things I'm already saying now, all of these are going to coincide with learning how to overcome anxiety, recover, enjoy your life more, all those things. Now, this is beautiful. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this live stream doesn't cut out. If it does cut out, then it ain't the end of the world. I'll figure another way of doing it. We'll get some questions in. I've made some notes here because I didn't want to leave anything out, because this information, it's important information. It's going to help a lot of you. It's helped a lot of my clients. It changed my life as well. And these are ongoing habits and practices, values, mindsets. They can help anybody in their life, and someone doesn't have to have an anxiety disorder, quote unquote, or a challenge to get the benefits from the talk today that I'm trying to carry out, and to get confidence, motivation, gratitude, etc. So get your questions in, right? If I can't answer the question straight away, I will try and get to it in this live stream. I like the questions. Let's see if we can get through this. Write an essay here. Okay. Where is it? Where are we? It's fun writing this out. Okay. Kind of broken down the order, but you can do this in any order. It doesn't really matter as long as you've got the information. Right, so what you need to recover from anxiety on your journey and to build confidence and get your life back. I really like the title of that. First of all, the first thing before anything is you need support. A lot of people that have got a major anxiety problem, also known as lacking in confidence, they're very frightened and they're very afraid of getting support, and I can understand that. I had the same fears myself many years ago, and everybody does until you overcome it. But without support, from my experience as being an anxiety sufferer and someone who's overcame anxiety and helped other people, it's almost, I'm not going to say it's impossible, because I don't think anything is impossible, but it's not probable that you're going to be able to do it on your own, and it's not really fair. So we all need some help and support at some point, and we also obviously have to learn to support ourselves. So I will say to people that have got anxiety or that want to build their life or improve their life, face the first step and allow yourself to be afraid and face your fear and get the help that you need. Support is important. Now, support can be as simple as support from your family, people that you trust, people that care about you, your friends, a therapist, a professional, or a mentor like myself, a confidence coach and a mentor, or a combination of all those things. It really doesn't matter. It really comes down to what works for you. And I want to make a side note of saying, what works for you may not work for the next person, and what's worked for me on my anxiety journey with building confidence, it may not work for you. But what I will say is the principles work for everyone because they've been tried and tested long before we've been on this earth. But it's, you know, people have got to find the right strategies and methods that work for them, but the principles are the same. And principle number one that always works with recovering from any anxiety disorder and building confidence and getting your life back on track and enjoying life is support. That's something that always works. Now, of course, some people might say, well, I had a therapist and it didn't work, it didn't help me, or friends didn't work. Well, answer to that question is you've got to find the right support then. Maybe you've got to try different therapists, or you've got to, you know, different community, different friends. So you've got to be willing to try new things within the principles. But the principle does work, because if you look back on your life, at some point you've had times in your life where you wasn't anxious, you felt confident, and you were fine, you were peaceful, you were happy, because you were able to support yourself. Or there was a situation at some point at work or throughout your life where you needed some help from someone. We all need some help, and you got that help from someone, and you was able to overcome your anxiety or your challenge or your problem, and you felt better. So support does work. Again, it's everyone's got to find the right person for them. It was important for me on my journey as well, because I was very sensitive around who can I trust, will they help me, will they understand, I hope that they're not going to judge me, I hope they're going to be compassionate, and I hope that it's going to work. So obviously you've got to take your time, and you've got to make that decision for yourself. And if you can't make the decision, again, sometimes you've got to speak to people that you are close to, until you get that support and it starts working and you start to make progress with your confidence and with recovering from your anxiety, and, you know, getting your life back and enjoying your life. So support's really important. You know, two means of support, like I said, you've got to, for your own interests, you've got to have the courage to get support from other people, good people, and you've also got to learn to support yourself, right? So we've covered that one. That is the first what I believe is the first most important. How you doing, to me? The second most important thing from my experience, from being, as I said, having a lot of anxiety, especially about 18 years ago, and overcoming it, making big progress and helping other people. Goal setting. You need a goal. You need goals, or you need a goal, a combination of all. Goals are really important, and I'll try to explain why. Because when you've got a goal, you've got something to focus on and aim for, and it gives you a map. It keeps you, you know, it gives you some certainty, and it gives you something to aim for, and that makes you feel good. And you need a goal to build confidence. So I know, see, a lot of people, yeah. So having a goal to overcome anxiety is actually a really good goal, right? But I'm kind of stating the obvious, right? Everybody who's got anxiety wants to get rid of their anxiety. They want to feel good again. They want to feel relaxed. They want to feel confident. Or what I always say, at the very least, they want to be strong enough to handle their anxiety when it comes up in certain situations which are triggering, or when they're on their own and they're struggling with their own mind and their own thoughts. So yes, setting a goal, you can set a goal and say, my goal is to overcome my anxiety, recover, get my confidence, and get my life back. I agree. But I also strongly believe that can sometimes be a bit vague, a bit ambiguous, and you need some clear goals within that. So if I can give you some examples again. When I was starting out on my journey, and yes, my goal was to overcome my anxiety, my social anxiety, my shyness, my panic attacks, my depression, you know, my inability to go and do new things, you know, procrastination, all the areas where I put things off, all those habits. I wanted to obviously achieve that, but I had specific goals. You know, I wanted to lose weight. I wanted to get good at public speaking. I wanted to earn a living. I wanted to make money doing a job that I enjoyed. I wanted to make new friends. I wanted to travel. So when I set goals and I made a list of them, those things made me feel good. And actually, setting goals actually calm some of my anxiety down, because a lot of people's anxieties are also around feeling that they're a failure, which isn't true, or feeling that they don't know what to do in their life, or feeling that they're not good enough. So when you set goals, you're also telling yourself, consciously and unconsciously, that you're not a failure, and that you have got goals in life, and you do want to make positive changes, and you do want to start to recover from your anxiety and get your confidence up and live the life that you want. So goals are important. Another reason that I really like goals, because I really like getting excited about seeing people make progress towards their goals. So let me just give you an example, very simple. So let's say your goal is to lose some weight, lose 20 pounds in weight and reduce your anxiety. So you've got a sort of 2 in 1 there, or 3 in 1. So you've got a goal that you want to gain some confidence in yourself. You want to become less anxious, and you actually want to lose some weight. So let's say you set a goal today. In 3 months' time, if you say, well, I'm pleased I lost 5 pounds, that's progress. That's what gives you confidence. Confidence comes from making positive progress. And there's other ways it comes from as well, but I'll get into that in a second. So goals enable you to focus, have a map of where you want to get to, monitor the positive progress that you're making, and have a purpose in life. So when you wake up in the morning, you're not just waking up saying, oh, I've got this anxiety, it's horrible, it's overwhelming, which I know it is, not nice, and I don't know what I want to do in my life. I feel trapped, I feel aimless, I feel hopeless. So goals really help with that. And goal setting has been around for a long time, and you know, many people also would recommend that you start getting habit of setting goals. And it's also a way, goals are also a way of you learning to support yourself more, if that makes sense. The sun's getting really bright here. So goals are really important. So we've covered support there, we've covered goals. Now we're going to move on to having a daily routine, which is really, really, really important. And a daily routine basically consists of simple daily habits that you can make a to-do list. You can write it on a piece of paper if you want to do it the old-fashioned way, which I really like. And you can do it in your phone. Most of you are probably going to do it in your phone. I do it in my phone as well, and on paper. You can make a list and say, right, let's say for example, today you're going to make a list. It's going to be a daily routine. And you're going to say, today, the first thing I'm going to do is when I wake up, I'm going to clean my apartment. Maybe I'm going to practice a couple of positive affirmations. I'm going to try and breathe a little bit in the morning, calm my anxiety, just start to try and think positive. That's the first, that's a little goal in itself. And then you might say, and I'm going to go to the gym and work out. Then after I've gone to the gym, maybe I'm going to rest, I'm going to have some food, you might have a little nap. Then after you've done that, you might say, I'm going to go meet up with my friend. That's how simple this can be. Having a daily routine gives you confidence, lowers anxiety, gives you a positive focus, and stops you from thinking negative or overthinking so much. All of this, I'm still learning as I'm going along now, which is great. All of this is ways in which you are learning to train your mind to be stronger and to relax and calm down more, because ultimately that is the goal of every anxiety sufferer. Every person who's got major anxiety wants to feel calm, relaxed, and free from anxiety. Now, that's in the short run and in the long run. The short run being, let's say you've got anxiety because you've got a job interview coming up and you're really worried about it. And the job interview is in 2 hours time. So we're sitting anticipating, going, oh, I'm scared about the interview. What if it goes wrong? Or what if I don't get the job? Or what if I make a fool of myself? Or what if I have a panic attack? All those anxieties. Someone that's going through that wants two outcomes. They generally want the first one. They want the anxiety to go away, and they want to feel nice and calm and relaxed, and they want to feel good and confident about going to the job interview, right? Brilliant. The second option, which is, let's say, a worse case scenario, but it's still a good one, they want to learn how to be able to calm themselves down whilst having some anxiety and stress, and talk themselves into being able to go to the job interview, manage some anxiety or fight or flight, still be able to speak, enjoy the job interview, give the best effort you can, and hope that you get the job. So that's an example of some, short-term exercises and giving you an understanding. But in the long term, someone, let's say someone who's been battling, who's had anxiety for 10 years and they've not made much progress, so they've been stuck for 10 years, they're in a negative cycle, maybe they can't start their own business, they can't travel. I was in this position about 18 years ago in my life. You know, they struggle to live, they struggle to go to the gym, or there's things in their life that they've never done that they'd like to do, like travel in the world. I think I'm repeating myself, apologies. I was going to say old age kicking in, but we don't say old on this channel. So there's a lot of things that a person wants to do, but because of their anxiety disorder, they've never been able to break out of that cycle and actually go and successfully do those things. So that's where the longer approach comes in with regards to recovering from your anxiety journey, building your confidence, getting your life back, and making, you know, bigger amounts of progress. So I just want to make you understand that. So back to what I said, having support, having long-term and short-term goals, and having a daily routine is going to help you to do all the things that I've just described. It's going to help you to overcome anxieties that you can do quite quickly if you've got the right help and support. And it's also going to support and help you to overcome anxieties that are going to take some time, because some, you know, certain anxieties are going to take time. They're not going to go away in a day or a weekend. You're going to have to work at it with your therapist, or with your coach, or with yourself, or with your community, friends, family, or a combination of all. But you shouldn't give up. That's really, really important that you keep going. So yeah, and to add to the daily routine, you can tailor it according to your life, your lifestyle, your goals, your values, because obviously we've all got, you know, different lives, different careers, different jobs. We're all in different places in our life, but the principles are the same. The principles of, you know, having a daily routine every day, getting in the habit of practicing it. At the start, like any new habit or any new routine or any new behavior, it's always going to be nerve-wracking. You don't know it, you're not used to it, but you've got to persevere. Like anything new that you've done already in your life, we've all done things that, you know, we were scared when we first did them. New jobs, friendships, new places, new skills, trying new things. But once you get used to it, you're not scared anymore and you really enjoy it. And once you start to get used to your routine and enjoy it, you will notice that your anxiety will start to improve. And as your anxiety starts to improve, you'll notice that your confidence will start to increase. Two go hand in hand. The more confidence that you gain, the less anxiety you're going to have, and the stronger you're going to be at managing anxiety triggers when they come up out of the blue. I just want to explain this, because of course we can be free from anxiety right now, nice and calm, but if we get triggered, which we all get triggered at times, then our anxiety gets triggered, and that's when we need to have some coping skills and strategies and behaviors in place so we can learn to manage our anxiety when it comes out of the blue, especially when we're nice and calm and relaxed and we're feeling good. So I wanted to explain that. Thank God so far the live streams is working. That's a blessing. So we've covered that. I've done more YouTube videos on that. If some of you want to know more about a daily routine, how you can build it, if there's any questions that you got, please don't be afraid to ask me now. I'll try and help you. And I have done a lot of videos. You can also follow me on Instagram. I show my daily routine, most of it, because I have one in my life. It really helps me. It's getting a bit cold now. The weather's changing. Just a second. So I'll let you just take that in for a second. That's the great thing about bringing the jacket out. Oh, it's lovely, that feeling of warm. Right, okay, back to the notes. And I'm going to be talking about this more on YouTube. This isn't going to end when I finish this live stream, because this is an ongoing support and relationship. Right, where are we here on the notes? Yes, daily routine. Some of the examples, just to give people some ideas so they can make notes and do what's right for you. Your routine's got to be right for you. When I'm mentoring clients, we always work on sessions over Zoom or in person at making the routine right for them, because everyone's different. Like I said, the routine that I have with my client James and Phil, their daily routine, it might not look exactly the same as yours, but it's totally fine. Again, the principles are the same, and that's the fun part in creating your own daily routine of habits and things that you need to do in your life and you want to do, so you can improve your confidence, lower anxiety. So yeah, some examples of the daily routine. It can consist of, you know, your work, your career. If you're working for a company, you can put that down on your routine, and obviously you can work at your certain responsibilities that you've got to do at work, so you've made a note. And it's actually good for mental health. It's good to get into a habit of making a note of things that you need to do at work or in your business, and then doing them. Writing down things that you need to do and then going and doing them builds self-confidence, lessens anxiety. I'm going to repeat some of the things again, and I'll tell you why. Because sometimes it takes a little bit of time for people to understand, learn. I'm the same. When I was at school, I don't know if some of you could relate, I had a lot of anxiety and had a lot of learning difficulties, and I worried about not learning and looking silly, making mistakes. So sometimes I had to ask the teacher, could she repeat, or could he repeat, you know, the question or the equation several times, because I didn't always understand it. So that's why I sometimes repeat, because some of you will get this straight away, some of you won't. And patience is a big part of all this for everyone. So thanks for your patience with me as well, all of you, right? Yes, so again, with the daily routine, you can put down like work, gym, then work, gym, dieting. Dieting's really good for confidence and anxiety. You know, meet a friend, family. So basically, it's a way of scheduling your life so that you can focus on doing positive things every day, and also making a note of things that you need to do. New things come up all the time. So maybe you're going to say, oh, there's a maintenance problem in my house. I've got to make a note and get that done. I've got to call the plumber in, or we've got to get something fixed, or something needs to be decorated in my apartment. The daily routine helps you to do all those things, so that way you're not stressing and worrying and thinking, I've got so many things in my life to do and I'm overwhelmed, I've forgotten, or what if I forget? So it's great for training your mind to be more efficient, to think quicker, you know, to learn more, to get things done. And of course, we always come back to anxiety being the kind of origin problem of all these things. When people struggle generally with focusing, it's because of it's anxiety. When people are procrastinating and they keep saying, I don't know what it is, but I keep putting things off. Like I keep saying that I'm going to go to the gym and I'm not doing it. Or I keep saying that I'm going to make content in my business, but I'm not doing it. Or I keep saying that I'm going to go and see my family, but I'm not doing it. Or I keep promising a friend that we're going to go out, we're going to go for that coffee. Or I keep saying I'm going to take a day trip out one day and just have a holiday, enjoy myself, but I'm not doing it. That's the anxiety. And that's the, you know, not being focused, and that's the avoidant personality. Your anxiety tries to get you to avoid things. So by having a routine, getting in the habit of writing things down and doing these things slowly, without judging yourself, without putting lots of pressure and putting yourself down, but rather encouraging yourself, you start to get into a habit of being more disciplined, more responsible, more accountable. And all of these habits will give you self-confidence, and they will all lessen your anxiety and help you to get your life back, you know, get the life back that you deserve. So we've covered that, and I have covered that in more videos if you need to know more about the routine. And like I said, you can design it, whatever works for you. You can get a piece of paper every day, you can write down the list for your routine and follow it, or you can get your phone in the note section and you can write it down. I personally like making my routine quite professional and creative, and I often post it on Instagram and YouTube to inspire other people to create their own routine to help them. Like I said, this can benefit also people who don't, quote unquote, have an anxiety disorder. Everyone can benefit from living a positive life, having a daily routine, and getting in the habit of, you know, setting goals, achieving goals, crossing them off. Really good practice. It's raining now. Well, worst case scenario, I've got most of this done. Hold on. At least I've got a great new spot for live streams. So to be honest with all of you, you know, what I've covered today would actually be more than enough for all of you to get started, or for all of you to continue. If you've been on your journey now and you've been making progress watching my videos, or you've been you've just discovered my channel, you're working with a therapist, or you've been working on your anxiety recovery yourself, building your confidence. I've also made a note here, I've touched on it a little bit. Relationships and social connections are really important, because often obviously people isolate themselves. So you want to spend, you don't want to spend too much time on your own. You want to be connecting with your friends, family, work, colleagues, going to the gym, having a community, going to meet-up groups. I do monthly events in London. You want to think about coming to one of them. So, not spending all your time on your own really is good anyway. Again, this is kind of general practice for everybody, just going broadly for a second. No one is really going to benefit from spending time on their own all the time. Now, I just want to make a point of saying balance is key. Always come back to balance. Mr. Miyagi from the Karate Kid. Of course, it's good to also be able to spend time on your own and not always need people. Look at that bird. These birds, they want to join the community, you see. They like what I'm saying. Wow. Beautiful. So having a balanced amount of time around people is good for confidence anyway. Health, happiness, joy, especially for recovering from anxiety, and also learning to enjoy time on your own, because anxiety affects people when they're on their own, and it also of course affects people when they're around people. So we want to get a confidence balance to where you don't have too much anxiety when you're on your own, you're recovered, you're nice and relaxed on your own, and you don't have too much anxiety when you're around other people. That's obviously a long-term aim which we aim for, and all of you can be successful and achieve that. I've covered training and exercising. I've covered career, work, business. Okay, so yeah, it's very important. I think I touched on this earlier. It's very important that you monitor your progress, because sometimes when people are trying to build their confidence, I think that should be okay. I can do the rest. When people are trying to build their confidence, sometimes they're not monitoring their progress, and then they're focusing on negatives, and that can get you down. So you want to focus on things that you're improving on with your confidence, with reducing your anxiety, with getting more brave, with stepping outside of your comfort zone, all those things. You know what, I'm going to end it here because it's raining. This has been great. I've covered a lot today. What I'll do is I'll continue on another live stream, but that would be a perfect amount for all of you to apply now and continue going. And I do videos, YouTube videos, so I'll be continuing because I don't want to overwhelm everyone as well. Let's see if the rain stops. It's stopping and starting today. So that's a few more important things I want to say before I leave off. You've got to be patient. You've got to be patient. You've got to take your time, and you've got to take one day at a time. That's why I call it, having a daily routine, because overcoming anxiety takes time. It takes effort. It takes time, support, community. But you can start making progress right from today. You can just start to make progress by starting getting support, getting some paper, doing some journaling, setting goals, and then continuing. All right. Speak to all of you soon, because I'm going to get too wet. Have a good day.